Hello, everyone. We're live. Steph is grabbing some water for both of us in the kitchen. Oh, man. How's everyone doing? We have been non-stop outside this weekend, and it has been hot and humid. Hello, everyone. Hi, Facebook. Facebook's here. How's everyone doing? Oh, man. Good morning for, it's afternoon for us. Morning for Barbara. There's Steph. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm coming. Look at this.
I did something right before the live that was not super smart. I wanted the chickens to be able to free range for a little bit because I cleaned out really good under the tree where all of our wood, like that log pile from the trees that have had to be cut down. I took all those logs and stacked them up, kind of got rid of all the bad stuff and stacked them up back by the old goat house. And that tree was just full of grubs and worms and all kinds of stuff. So I wanted our chickens to be able to scratch over there. So I let them out, not thinking that we just put a bunch of plants in the ground. And so now Alora is on guard duty outside watching the plants that are in the ground to make sure that the chickens don't scratch them up.
Yeah, because about 90 seconds ago, I was chasing a chicken out of my cabbage.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, that wasn't very smart.
It's okay. Everyone was asking if you were okay.
No, I'm not. So.
We'll do good things.
Oh, yeah, let's do good things before I complain.
Let's get started with good things. That's how we start.
You can't talk with your mouth full.
Sorry. All right. Good things. So we start every single live with good things, focus on something good, put ourselves in a good mindset at the very beginning of our chats and conversations. And if you're watching this later, you can share your good thing with us in the comments. But if you're watching it right now, you can let us know if you've got something good going on in your life in the chat. It can be small, it can be big. Mine's going to be, it's a small thing, but it's big for me, I feel like. And that is that I am feeling better this weekend. Man, I know that last video that we put out on Friday where I said I felt like I was kind of on the other side of it. I wasn't. It was like I think I started doing too many things and it was just a temporary thing and I was just not feeling great. But this weekend I have really had like my almost normal energy levels back. And I don't have like 100% energy level normal, but I have almost energy levels. I can almost take that full, almost take that super deep breath. And I'm feeling better finally. So I was able to get outside this weekend and sweat at work. Oh, it feels so good. That's such a good feeling when you can just sweat and work after being cooped up and laying in bed and feeling like garbage.
Yeah. I basically had to threaten him to stay home from work because he doesn't do that ever. He never, ever, ever calls in sick. And this past week I said, you have to. Like, you're either calling in sick or I'm taking you to the hospital. It was really, really bad. I don't think I've ever seen him as sick as he got because it got in his chest. And so he did call in sick for a full day. He slept for like 24 hours.
Yeah, the problem was that I didn't really realize it, but when I would lay down to sleep and I would start to breathe from sleeping, then I would have like a coughing fit or something. and it would wake me back up.
Laura?
But
What are you doing?
anyway, so I ended up getting an albuterol inhaler. So when I laid down at night, I could like breathe it in, and then it opened up my lungs, and I was able to rest. And the first time that I could like breathe fully at night, I think it hit me just how exhausted I was because I hadn't been sleeping for the last 5 days.
Yeah.
So man.
Yeah, you were really sick, and I'm so glad that you're on the mend. I got a touch of it, not near as bad as he had it, but I definitely had some sort of, whatever.
Good thing.
Oh, my good thing. My good thing is kind of a scary thing for me.
Okay.
It's good, but it's scary.
Okay.
Tomorrow, I'm taking Caden to get his learner's permit.
Yeah, that is scary.
Got to go to the some people, depends on where you're at, some people call it the DMV. We are the DPS, so Department of Public Safety. So we do all of our licensing stuff at the DPS office, and so we're going to the DPS office tomorrow so he can get his learner's permit to drive. And that is my good thing, but it's also just, it's a good thing for me as a mom. I don't know, but
I can't even think about the fact that we're gonna be parents of a kid that's driving a vehicle pretty soon.
Yeah, it's just so surreal. It's an exciting. I want to be excited for him. I don't want to be, overly paranoid or anything like that. But that's my good thing is that Caden's getting his learner's permit and he's growing up.
Nice. Okay.
I have another good thing.
Oh, okay. So two good things.
Yeah, I got a gift from Jamie today.
Oh, yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay. I actually probably need to look it up because
I'll do that while you talk.
Oh, you're going to look it up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're going to show them?
Yeah.
All right, I have to scroll back. So me and Jamie and Bree are all on like a little side group chat that we talk every day, sporadically throughout the day. And we were just talking, and at one point we were talking about, okay, here it is. So Jamie, I've never done this. I've never ordered hatching eggs. I've always just either purchased chicks, the breeds that I want from hatcheries, like that they're already out and like running around, or I hatch my own from my own backyard chickens, but I've never purchased eggs online, had them shipped and incubated them. Well, Jamie has, and then we were talking, and I guess Jamie went on this like rabbit hole of all these different chickens, and I was like, man, I would love giant chickens, like a giant chicken breed. And Jamie bought me giant chicken eggs. The breed is called
Oh my gosh, okay.
Sanjak, but he's going to show it. Sanjak Long Crower Kosovo cousin?
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one. No. This is that picture she sent. Yeah, that's the guy. Okay, so she sent me these eggs. This is crazy. Wait, what? No way. That's crazy. She sent me these eggs to hatch. And this is what they look like. This is how they came. They look to be in good shape. They are pretty big eggs for the most part. So I'm gonna try to hatch them.
You see this chicken?
That's a man holding a rooster there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I would have liked these all to be tipped down, but that's okay. None of them seem to be cracked. Ellie and Megan just brought them over to me. So hopefully we get a chick or two out of there.
Yeah, we're gonna need a new coop for those things. We're gonna have to just let them move into the barn.
Yeah. Build a new coop for him. The thing is though, I have that's a long crower? Is that what I got? Is that what that's called? Sandjack? That's crazy. That picture is crazy. Look at that one. Show that one.
Okay.
So my incubator is currently occupied. It has 6 days left, 5 days left. I have to go look.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as those hatch, those are going in. And I think, yeah, it's going in.
Lost that picture.
You lost it? Oh, okay, that's okay. That's all right.
It is a cool picture.
It is a cool picture. If these are the same. It looks like the same guy, doesn't it? Oh, it's going back there.
It's behind.
Yeah, it's being hidden. Anyway, so that's my second good. I have a lot of good things, but yeah. So that's going to be a new thing to do. I know Bree just went live last night at like 1:30 in the morning. She hatched duck eggs, and one of the ducks hatched.
The chicken coop.
Yeah. I guess it's Laura.
That's the one. That's the picture that Steph was talking about.
Isn't that crazy? Look at that, guys. Look at that hair on that thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's pretty exciting. So, Bree hatched a duck, and another one's on the way for her. I'm gonna hatch the craziest chickens on the hill. Probably. Yeah.
It's just so big.
It's so big.
It's just so big.
Yeah. Yeah. And our other baby chicks are good. My little Nakey Neck.
We did. A lady at my work came and picked up a whole bunch of.
Yeah, first round. Bree took, I think, 6 or 9. I can't remember now. And then a lady from your mom's work or your work picked up some.
Yeah.
And then I have 30 left in the incubator.
Yeah.
That I'll add some to my flock, and then I guess
just put them in the RP.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I gotta do more research on these chickens. I'm gonna need a whole lot of chicken feed.
Yeah, I hope they're not mean, because if they're mean and that big, that's gonna suck.
Well, it would make a really big dinner.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that is true.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So what was the name of the chickens again? Sandjack?
No, You're gonna make me look it up. Okay. Oh, Sandjack Long Crower Kosovo Cousin Chicken.
Sandjack Long
Crower. Kosovo Cousin.
Kosovo Cousin Chicken. There we go. Say that 10 times fast.
Right. Look at this one picture. Look at this picture.
Oh my gosh.
Part of it.
Looking at
Yeah. These are pretty cool.
Yeah, dinosaurs.
Yeah, they are.
They are dinosaurs.
I
think the hawks have to look out for those chickens.
Yeah. I don't know, I can't say for sure, but I think Jamie also got herself some eggs to hatch.
That's a good question. Are they meat birds? Because the last meat birds that we've had, I mean, when we buy meat birds, they get really big really fast, but that's because that's what they're bred for. I don't know about these.
They don't seem to be the meat birds that we would buy to process. Yeah. I mean, some birds are like dual purpose, egg layers and meat birds. Yeah. And some are just meat birds, but those look like probably not strictly meat birds. I'm going to do some research on them because I've never seen them around. I've never seen them with my own eyes, so this should be fun. Yeah. Well, do you have anything to add or?
I mean, if you want to go to our next item, we can.
Yeah.
So the next thing we want to show you is really cool and it's very special.
Did you grab her card that she sent?
No, I didn't. I just grabbed that.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna grab it because it tells a story about it.
okay.
Oh, while you talk about
Okay.
it. Okay.
So if you remember back when we took a impromptu trip to deliver goods to North Carolina, we had a family that we had met while we were in Big Bend National Park, and we had kept up with them, and they happened to live in that area that was, devastated. So we communicated with them. Laura, chicken wrangling. So we communicated with them through the entire thing, and that's Noemi and Jeff, and from North Carolina. Just great, awesome family, and every time we see them, or whether it be for sorry, that's one of the bad things about getting over this stuff. It'll hit me every now and then.
Yep.
So whether it's a vacation or just a hurricane and disaster relief, it's really good to always see them. And the other day we got home and there was a package and it had some drawing, like scribbling on it. And
I couldn't bring myself to throw away the wrapper.
Don't.
I'm not.
Yeah. There you go. Hi, Big Ben friends. I want to go camping soon with you, Arias. And this one says, where
am I at? Oh, there we go.
There you go. My letters say, I love Big Ben friends, Adeline. That's these.
How sweet is that?
That was the packaging that we got.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm not going to show their address, but then it says, it was titled to Big Ben Friends.
Yeah, Big Ben Friends. So we got that, didn't know what it was, and we were asking, we asked if we needed to like open it with our kids, and Noemi just said, no, you guys can open it yourself. So before we get to the card, I'll show you what it was.
Yeah.
So this is a painting. Oh my gosh, the reflection is going to be horrible. Oh, here we go. This is a painting of their mountain range in North Carolina.
I may not be able to hear you because you're talking behind.
This is a painting of their mountain range in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And it was done by a local artist in their area. And it was kind of given to us to be a reminder of everything that happened, and I don't know, a thank you, which is really for all of you too. You guys did so much. We were merely transportation, but yeah, that was really cool. And you want?
Yeah, this is the card. It was like small, but it really touched my heart. It says, "Thank you. There's really no words to describe my gratitude for you, what you and Buddy did to respond and help Western North Carolina. Your friendship and support was invaluable in helping me feel so grounded. You both make such an impact on those near and far to you." Let's see. This is a little something to remind you that there is still good in this world and of the lasting impact you make on others. And it says, the pictures of the mountain range you see from my town, Hawksbill and Table Rock Mountains. Yeah, and that was just really, really sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it touched my heart deeply because I think about all the victims, often and how there's still such a long road of recovery. And I get to put that in my office so I could see it. And as you guys probably know, I don't know if I shared a picture of, I made a poster of all of the little tags that you guys sent in for the gifts, for the donations. So I can see it every day of what you guys contributed. So it was just such a cool experience to join together to help. And that was just really, really unexpected, sweet surprise.
Yeah. Really cool. It just
hooks me up.
How did it happen? I don't know. Came out of nowhere, but very neat. Okay, well,
Michelle said table rock is on fire.
Oh gosh.
Okay, well,
there's so much stuff on fire right now.
Yeah, we've been dealing with some fires. I think it's just that time. It's just everything's so dry. But yikes, we'll be praying for everyone over there.
So, moving on. This weekend, we started the big garden.
You can't tell. We're gross.
Yeah.
We're so gross.
We're in the middle of starting the big garden, but
we're
running out of space.
This is what's crazy, you guys. Hear me out. Listen, hear me out, Linda. Listen, Linda. I could have sworn.
I feel like this is the third year in a row we've said this.
No, I could have sworn I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
I think I know I did. I started too many. I have like way too many.
There is actually a lot extra right now.
I have no idea what I'm gonna do.
And every year, I tell Steph, let's cut it back a little bit. Let's don't plant so many.
Mother?
Huh?
What, babe?
I'm really hot.
No, you're not gonna be able to go outside right now, baby.
Whoa.
Go sit on the chair on the back porch.
What chair?
Where you were sitting.
Sorry.
I know.
But what about the chickens? Huh? What about the chickens?
No, they're really hot.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Oh.
She made it 20 minutes of the one task that we gave her until she almost gave up, but I guess she's going back out there.
Yeah.
She just got to keep an eye on the chickens, make sure they don't dig through the garden. Anyway.
Garden.
So, every year we say, I tell Steph, you started too much, which we've been able to give away a lot of plants and things like that. So it's not horrible, but every year she says, I'm going to cut back on how much I start. And every year after we start the big garden, she says, I started too many plants. So this year she says she definitely cut back on a lot of plants.
I know for a fact I did.
And now we've got like 80 tomatoes out there right now with 40 peppers with no place to live.
No, we have like 100. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what happened because I can remember I did 550 starts this year. And the very first year I did 800 and something. So I know in my brain, we're on year 3. So I can't remember year 2. But I do remember first year and I do remember now. So I'm pretty sure I've been like drastically cutting back. But somehow still.
Yeah.
And I didn't even start any loofahs. And I will tell you why. Because
they're all over the place.
They're sprouting out naturally, like wild. And I kind of think, it's going to be fine. It'll be fine. And the chickens are probably eating everything I've just planted.
No, Alana's out there watching them.
Worst case scenario, I have backups.
You have a senior moment?
I might have. I will also say this is the latest I have ever started our in-ground garden. The latest I've ever started. Yeah.
We're about to see life on Loofah Hill because the amount of little baby loofah seeds that have popped up all over the place are insane.
Yeah.
So it's definitely some chaos gardening.
If you saw our garden this last summer and how it took over kind of the pasture area where the bees are, that was from one loofah plant.
One.
And then that one loofah plant put off like 50 different loofahs in the ground. And then now those loofahs are sprouting. So
Yeah,
it is what it is. We're gonna figure it out.
it's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
It will be fun to see that.
I told Steph that this year we have got to make a dish and cook with the loofahs because we talked about it and we never did it, and now and then the loofahs went away.
I just don't know why
now
I
it's
can't
time.
make myself eat it. I just cannot.
We have to at least try. We have to at least try. It's such an abundant crop. If the world ends, that is something that we will survive on for.
If the world ends, we
hundreds
won't have
of
to worry
years.
about it.
No, I mean when we have to go into survival mode.
Yeah.
But man, it has been so. It's not actually a loofah tunnel right now.
Oh yeah, Carla, it's changed.
It's a sour gherkin tunnel,
It's a sour gherkin tunnel.
and also a random grape-looking vine that we found growing.
We just let it
Yeah.
stay.
But it is a sour gherkin tunnel.
Yeah, because I know that the loofahs are going to go nuts elsewhere, I didn't purposely plant the loofahs in the loofah dome. I actually moved my sour gherkins to the loofah dome, which are the tiny little cucumbers that look like watermelons. If you're not familiar with what a Mexican sour gherkin, also known as cucamelons. Some people call them cucamelons, but Mexican sour gherkins are what we planted, and they vine like crazy. So I figured I'll just give them the dome, and then loofahs can take over literally everything else. But we do have wild muscadines in our area, like up and down the driveway. And I found this one vine attached to the loofah dome, and it looks very, very grape-like with the leaves and the little the little vining things that reach out and grab. So I'm gonna leave it and see, because it would be really, really cool if we could somehow get one of the wild muscadine vines to grow in our garden. That would be amazing.
Darlene, what is loofah?
Oh man, you're Darlene. No, loofah is a natural sponge. I can show you if you'd like. I have some. Hold, please.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Of course I have some.
This, if you don't stick around, darling, because if you aren't familiar with loofahs, this is your channel. The Denman Loofah Homestead. Yeah.
What?
Reason must be new to the channel.
Poor Darlene.
So many. Oh yeah. So it's also great for.
Have you ever seen this, Darlene? Here, hold this.
Okay.
No. People are. Now I can't sell this now. Okay. No.
Yeah, we got plenty of that.
Yeah, it's so true. I have a whole black trash bag full I need to go through. This is a loofah, and this is what it looks like with the end cut off. But I've used these it's a natural sponge, and a lot of people think that they're in the ocean, that these loofah sponges come from the ocean or the water, but they're not. They actually are very long, and they're gourds.
Yeah.
They're in the gourd family. So they start off green. I'm hearing some chicken.
Mm-hmm. They start off green.
Yep, and then
apparently you can eat them when they're green.
When they're young and little, like almost like little zucchini type.
Yeah. It won't be like eating this sponge.
Yeah, but I just have a hard time thinking about it. So that's what a loofah is.
And yeah, Steph puts them in soaps and all kinds of stuff, and it's an all natural sponge. You get it wet and it's soft and spongy and scrubby, and then it dries out.
I actually have a piece of loofah in our fish tank over our filter to keep the shrimp from getting sucked up the bottom. Yep. So I mean, I've used loofahs in many different. Put them in. If
anyone can think of any ways that that loofahs can be used, please let us know.
I've even seen a lady use those. The chicken mats that we have.
Yes. Yeah.
She sews them.
Yeah.
into
Oh,
chicken
you told me
nuts.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty neat.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
I only want to eat it because I know you can eat it, and I'm just interested to see what it tastes like. And the fact that like it is a meal that people eat, it intrigues me because it eventually grows up and becomes a coarse, like a sponge.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I want to try it.
Yeah. So a lot of people, the people that I've seen cook with it, kind of compare it to a zucchini, and the fact that when you like saute it, it kind of absorbs the flavors of everything around it, and it does have that zucchini like texture. So I love zucchini, as you guys know. I grow a ton of zucchini. I just, for whatever reason, my brain can't. I just have no desire to eat it. I don't know.
Loofah itself doesn't go bad, does it? No, I mean we leave ours to dry out on the vine.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
if
like
you leave
rot.
if you leave it for too long, it will fall on the ground and it will like become one with nature, and that's how it like repopulates, right? Like it just kind of like the loofah itself kind of protects the seeds.
I'm gonna go inside and eat.
Okay.
Babe.
What are the chickens doing?
They're eating food.
Where?
Where he placed the food.
Over by the tree? Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Love you.
Love you. So, yeah, that's how we moved that one loofah that was in our compost, and we put it to the back, and it had like all these sprouts out of the one sponge.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What, baby?
Highlight.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Laura wanted to say hi. Hi.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good night.
Okay. She's silly. She's so silly. But yeah, that's all about loofahs.
Yeah.
Chew it for days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just eat it in sponge form.
Yeah, I just.
Put some hot sauce on it. Oh man. Anyway, loofahs are great. They're all over the place. We'll see how many we get this year, but the amount of little saplings popping up are crazy. So back to the big garden. We also tried something a little different this year too, with putting our fall vegetables in the ground for the big garden. So we'll see how that goes. Typically, they need the cooler weather.
Yeah, by fall vegetables, like I planted some cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower, which broccoli and cauliflower will bolt pretty quickly in hot weather. So it kind of depends on how fast we heat up here. But they may do okay. Sometimes when I've done broccoli in the past or in the spring, we'll get like little broccoli shoots, and I'll cut those off and we can eat those and stuff like that. But I just tried again just to see, because I wanted to add a little bit more variety, and so we'll see if we get anything from that.
And it says pack the loofah under the cement to help the washout.
I just feel like it'd break down over time.
Yeah,
like I just feel like that it's just biodegradable. It'll just kind of turn to mush.
Yeah, we tried planting some money trees, but they don't grow out here not as well as like auger lilies.
Yeah, the auger lilies, they're here, but no money trees will survive.
For real, loofahs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how those kind of fall-ish vegetables go. But talk about our new variety of squash we're growing, because I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it is.
Rise and Shine.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other one. I can never remember.
Oh no, that one's like
White scallop. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing two new varieties of squash. The Rise and Shine, which is seeds that my mother-in-law Kim bought for me. They are a stalk variety of squash that's almost like, instead of a bush, it grows up, and like the little squash will grow up the stem. But you have to stake them. So that's something that I have to do. So I planted those, really excited about that. And then I also planted white scalloped squash, which, forgive me because it was last year when I received these, but one of you guys sent me some
White scallop squash seeds.
Baker Creek heirloom seeds, which I absolutely love the seeds. Listen, if you want me to grow something, you're like, hey, this is pretty cool. You want to grow it? Send it to me. I'll try it.
Let us be your test.
I will test it out for you. White scalloped squash. Now I planted a whole flat of them and only 2 germinated. So I only have 2 of those plants, but I'm pretty interested to see. They're white and they're cylindrical.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how they come out. So.
Yeah.
And I already started pumpkins.
Rise and shine on a panel dome, or do they have to have a stake?
On a panel dome.
Like on a cow panel dome?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on when the panel domes.
They're probably not going to do very well on a dome. I mean, I wouldn't think that's the plant you'd want to use in a dome. And you may not even have to stake it if it grows the way that we think we're going to grow. It's going to grow, right?
Why?
Straight up, like it'll be strong enough, like a little.
Well, I'm sure we'll have to stake it whenever it gets the fruit on it.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, that'll be interesting. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because the growing out variety of yellow squash that we always grow is super thick and super strong, and it like fans out, in a big old fan. But the problem with it is that it just takes up so much space. The big fanned out version of the yellow summer squash. So I think it'll be cool if it takes up less space. But yeah, maybe just staked it.
Yeah.
Stake it.
I had a real big problem with the squash vine borer moth last year. The very first year, I was on top of it with the Bacillus thuringiensis. I was basically injecting every single stem, and I had 80 plants. And if you're not familiar with what BT is, it is an all-natural enzyme organism that when you put it in your plant, it only lives for about 24 hours, but the worm, the little moth, the grub that is inside your plant that eats it and kills it, when it ingests the BT solution, the BT enzyme, it starves it and it just dies. So your plant will live if you catch it, but vine borer moths are they can just wipe out all of your squash, like all of them. Some people have tried netting. Some people have tried wrapping the base with like foil because that's where the moth likes to lay the eggs, is at the base of the stem. I've tried it all. Netting is really hard because then you don't get the pollinators, right? You have to hand pollinate. And when you've got a massive garden, it's very hard to do that. So my solution is neem oil and the BT combo. And typically if I am on top of it, I can mitigate that.
Yeah.
Last year was just so hard with everything we had going on with the floods and everything.
And then there's also good old fashioned bug squashing.
Oh, we do that too.
Go out there and squash them.
Yeah, we do. We have grown spaghetti squash, and we love spaghetti squash. And we're going to grow.
One of my favorite squash is spaghetti squash. I like all squash, but spaghetti squash is so delicious.
That's one I'm not growing this year.
Yeah, I know.
But I am growing butternut squash this year.
Yeah. You were just telling a funny story from a long time ago. When you sent me to the store to get spaghetti squash. Or no, I thought they were spaghetti squash, but I went to Kroger and there was a
crazy sale.
Get rid of all these squash plants. Like we can't have them anymore type thing. Or squash vegetables. So I loaded up on them because I was going to bring them home and make a bunch of spaghetti squash. That was what I thought I was going to do. I was just going to be baking spaghetti squash for the next 2 weeks. But when I got home, Steph was like, those are actually all butternut squash. And I was like, well, what are we going to do with butternut squash? And she was like, I don't know. And then she proceeded to make everything under the sun that you can make with butternut squash.
Yeah.
And it was actually really good.
I made butternut squash bread. I made baby food, because at the time I was making all of the Laura's baby food. So I did a ton of pureed baby food.
Yep.
I did a butternut squash pasta sauce, which was actually really good. It had like a hint of sweetness to it. We roasted some.
Yep.
We made soup, butternut squash soup.
Yep.
It was like, you know that Forrest Gump scene where he's like,
Yeah.
shrimp kebab, shrimp, barbecue shrimp, fettuccine.
Butternut
shrimp.
squash soup.
It was like they were with a toothbrush. That's what I'm doing right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the butternut squash things that you could ever think of, I did it. So I'm growing it this year too.
Yeah.
I like butternut squash.
Yeah, I do too. It's really good.
Stuffed with nuts.
Stuffed
That
with
sounds
nuts.
good.
It does sound good.
Yeah. But I like the soup. You know what I might try to do is can some of it. Like make some soup and then can it so we can have it for the fall.
Yeah.
Because I love butternuts, like the butternut squash soup. It's a really good like fall flavored soup, you know? So I might try to can some because I've never done that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna can this year. I'm gonna do that.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for all the canning.
Yeah.
That means we get to take down the other cans and eat everything.
Yeah, we've got to go through that. We've got to get through those cans.
Yep. Yeah. Our grandmother pecan tree is waking up.
Oh yeah.
It's got little green buds all over it.
Mm-hmm.
I love when our pecan trees finally wake up from the winter because they always take so long. And yeah, it's always that like, sunset image with the pecan tree in the back. And I love it when it's full because there'll be lots of afternoons of us working in the garden and sitting down and watching a sunset coming up here pretty soon.
And our Einsheimer apple tree that Jamie gifted me 2 years ago, it put off hundreds of blooms. It was beautiful, pink and white blooms. And for the past 2 years, I've been picking off every single potential fruit from it because I wanted it to really focus on the root development. And so this year, I think we're going to let it set some fruit. And I'm pretty excited to try the apples from the apple tree for the first time this year.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
The hood pear trees might be putting off some pears this year. So we can do a pear comparison between our Purdue pear.
Yeah. We don't sell any of it, but we do have anything extra after we take whatever we need. The family gets whatever they need. Anything extra goes into the free vegetable stand for anyone else.
I bring a ton of it to the gym.
Oh, yeah. I bring a lot to work.
He brings it to work. We've never sold any of it. I make a lot of zucchini bread. Girl, let me tell you, ladies.
Zucchini bread.
When the zucchini is zucchini-ing, it's like we're making zoodles. We got the spiralizer out there. We've got zucchini bread. Connor loves zucchini bread with chocolate and coconut in it. It's like almost like I don't know, I called it like an almond joy type bread, but it's zucchini bread. He loves it. Buddy loves getting the Blackstone grill out and just grilling up squash. That's what he told me the other day. He's like, I can't wait to just do fresh grilled squash.
Yeah, because there was some, I guess we were at Sunday lunch at G and Pops, and they had bought some little bitty, some crookneck summer squash, and it's like this little right now in the store, and they had chopped it up and made it, like sauteed it for lunch, and it just made me want like hours from the garden so bad. I was like, man, I can't wait. It's gonna be here pretty soon. This is gonna be our squash and our zucchini that we're eating. Yeah.
I'm also growing, and I've done this last year too, but they're called golden zucchini, and they're yellow zucchini. So if you don't really know what you're looking for, they look very similar to yellow squash, which zucchini and squash are super similar anyway, but they're just like zucchini but yellow. Because normally the yellow squash have that like kind of skinny neck and a bulbous body. This was just a yellow squash.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's called a golden zucchini, which I really like.
Relish sounds interesting.
Yeah,
We
I
have-
think I've heard of that. We just haven't made it.
Yeah, we don't do a lot of relishes, but we should. Did you talk about the white scout squash yet?
Yeah, I just talked. Well, we talked about how I'm growing it for the first time, but I don't know anything about like cooking with it.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see if it's like a squash or like a pumpkin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Trying to find out what's going on around.
Um,
Do I sell the bread? I don't sell. No. The closest thing I do to selling bread is sometimes I will dehydrate my sourdough starter and it'll be available on the online shop where you can rehydrate it at home and have your own sourdough starter. But I don't sell the bread I make, which maybe one day if we have like a little farmer's market or a farmer stand. I told Buddy that would be a dream of mine one day to have not just the little free stand, but like Cog Hill has. They have like a roadside stand where they've got like eggs and produce and canned goods that I could maybe like do a little honor system, you know, that sort of thing. But obviously nothing to like get rich off of, but just something that I would enjoy doing to, pay for the ingredients to make it and, sell it. But that would be kind of cool, kind of neat to do one day.
Yeah. Whoa.
What?
White scout squash is called patty pan.
Patty pan.
Patty pan.
That's cool.
Can look find recipes.
Yeah.
Patty pan squash.
Yep.
Hi, Deborah.
My Alora helped me in the side garden, and she started sunflowers, and they're all starting to pop up. So that's really exciting that the sunflowers are. I love the side garden when the sunflowers are out. It's just beautiful to be over there.
Yeah.
Everything's just blooming. Everything's just going crazy.
Yeah. What else?
There's a white squash that grows in the shape of a flower. We call that a flower squash. It might be that because it does look kind of like flower-ish, like from if you're looking at it, but it's like flattish. It's like discular. Is that a word?
Yeah.
It's discus.
Discular.
Yeah.
Do the kids do a kids garden?
Laura gardens with me, and Laura comes out there and helps me a lot, especially during the picking season. She loves to pick everything. So
Yeah.
they're just not a fan of the weeds. No one likes to pick weeds.
Yeah.
The grass is hard to control.
If the kids would just enjoy pulling weeds, then we would be in hog heaven.
Then I would be set.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got, babe? What else we got?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I've got a secret project.
Can't talk about that though.
I can talk about it.
Oh.
I just can't
You
really.
said couldn't talk about it.
I'm not gonna say like specifics.
Okay.
I have another secret epoxy project. But Buddy here
I get to help this.
gets to help me.
Yep.
But I will be recording it, and it is for someone that's super special.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna be working on a top secret project, and I will be showing you guys that as soon as this person receives it, because I don't want it to be spoiled.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty excited to start working on epoxy.
I'm excited about that one too. I mean, I'm excited to help you with it, but
I'm excited for you to learn how I do it all.
I just want to see like the final results.
What do you mean?
I just can't wait to see what it looks like at the end.
Yeah. Well, I need your help
I know.
because there's kind of a dangerous part about it.
I'm only planting strawberries this year. We
We
have,
don't really have luck with strawberries.
yeah, we have planted them, and in the side garden, we've had better luck, but still not like.
Yeah, I think things come to
Great.
eat them. We don't plant a whole bunch of them, so it's like we get like a cup, like a handful every year of just like the smallest, tiniest little berries.
Yeah.
But yeah, strawberries are not something that we do great with. I will say, the blackberries have given us like 30 baby plants because they put off runners, and I've been pulling up blackberry runners left and right, literally.
Our blackberries are
Like loofah
crazy.
2.0.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, the blackberries went nuts. They're prolific.
Yeah, I am feeling better, Kathy. Thank you very much for asking. I'm feeling a lot better.
Yeah, but I've been pulling them up, and I gave Jamie 3 of my blackberry starts. Kim is going to take some blackberry starts, and then with all the other blackberry starts I have, Buddy planted one. He just stuck it in the ground, and it started growing against the fence line.
Yeah, I showed in the video whenever I was trellising everything, and I show you at the very end how I just went and stuck the one in the ground over by my mom's fence line. That one's got new growth on it already.
Yeah.
It's just going crazy.
Yeah. It's weird how you just like some things you put in the ground, like peach trees for me. I've planted like 7 peach trees. They all die, every single one. And funny story about peach tree is that I've been growing this peach tree for Daniel for like 2 or 3 years now from a pit. And I messaged him because it's in a, 2-gallon pot. I said, hey, it's probably time to plant this tree. Do you want this, your peach pit that you gave me? And he was like, I would really hate for something to happen to it. You can plant it. And I was like, my worst nightmare.
We also would hate
I
something
would
to happen
really
to
hate to plant this peach tree and it died because I cannot keep a peach tree alive for the life of me.
One day we're gonna get it. One day we're gonna figure it out.
I think it's the clay. I really do. I really think that that just the clay, the heavy clay soil we have, it's just not. Unless I dig out like a 5x5 area and then backfill it with compost and like sand and whatever it needs. But I just think that for whatever reason, but again, we have those blackberries. You stick it in the ground and it's like, oh, I can live through anything. Yeah.
Just starts growing.
My Peggy Martins are going crazy too.
Oh man, the Peggy Martins. Yeah. Speaking of that, the chickens immediately when I let them out started tearing into the Peggy Martins. But man, it was a little over a year ago last year. You can find the Peggy Martin video on our channel and stuff. Received the Peggy Martins from Jamie for her birthday and put them in the ground. And the fact that they are like almost covering our chicken coop after 1 year or like the chicken run, it's just crazy. Those are such pretty flowers.
If you need a true climbing rose, because sometimes you see these like climbing roses and you're like, they're pretty and they're, but the Peggy Martin is like a bush-like rose that just takes over anything that you like. But you have to take the free stems and you have to tie them down. So when you tie them down, for what I've done research, when you like restrict them and tie them down, it like forces them to bloom more. So I've just tied down every single branch to train them along the chicken coop. And that thing is just like thousands of rosebuds just popping in pink. And it's just so gorgeous. It's probably my favorite rose bush that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, super pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to go check on the chickens.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about what's happening out there with Laura, so
okay.
I'll wrap this up a little bit, a couple minutes early. But thank you guys so much for joining us for our live. And we love you guys. We love chatting with you guys. We can't wait this upcoming week for you guys to see the first kind of look at our big garden and all the things that we got growing on. And yeah, to year three of the big garden
Already.
test experiment
It's
is
crazy.
underway.
Yes.
And we will pray that there are no floods and hailstorms and all those things that took our garden out last year. But year three, I'm ready for it. I'm ready. All right, everyone. We will catch y'all
Bye, guys. Have a great
on
week.
the next one. Yeah, have a great one.